Hello everyone, welcome to the video series of the subject Object-Oriented Programming using Java. Myself, Hemali Shah. I am working as an assistant professor in Indian Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this video lecture, I am going to cover the topic collections in Java. And this topic is a part of unit number 7, collection classes and networking. This unit contains two major topics: collection classes, this is basically java.util package classes, and networking topic actually java.net API, having the classes that provides the facility so that you can create the networking based application. So I'm just going to cover the first topic, that is collection classes, in this video lecture. Now you all are knowing the stack, queue, linked list, hash table concept of data structure. This all you have already created by using C programming, right? And now this all are available built-in classes with all the functions that you have created in data structure as a classes in this collection framework java.util package. This collection is a basically framework that provides the architecture to store and manipulate a group of objects together. Now here the operations on the data like searching, sorting, insertion, deletion, manipulation of data that you have inserted in the single collection performed by this collection classes. So here this basically a single unit of object actually represent multiple objects. So here we are only creating the object of a single class, and you by using this single object you can refer the multiple objects. Now here what is the advantage? Though you have the collections in collection of object in array also, then why this collection? This collection having very much advantage that here there is no need of indexing, right? Now this collection is basically classes available in java.util package. This util package having the interfaces and classes that all provides this collection framework facility. Right now, what are the advantages of this collection framework? The advantages is high performance of framework. So here the implementation of fundamental collection like dynamic array, linked list, tree, hash table are highly efficient and available built-in. Now the framework had allowed a different types of collection to work in a similar manner with a high degree of interoperability. So here this all the collection classes having the similar kind of function that provides the facility. Say for the example, you will learn the size function. Size function is available in all the classes. This returns the number of elements available in your collection, yet with index parameter with available with all the classes. It actually returns the object which is available on that particular index. So here you don't need to mock up the function available in all the collection classes. All the collection must have the similar kind of functionalities. So you don't need to remember many functions. Right? Now you can use this built-in classes by extending or adapting the collection head to easy, right? So just you can use by the built-in classes by extending that class, or you can create the object of the built-in class and you can use the facility provided by this built-in classes, right? Now what are the classes and interfaces available in this java.util package? Actually this util having two parts. Part 1 includes the calendar class, time class, then localization classes, internationalization classes, date time classes are available, scanner class, this available in util part 1. Now util part 2 having the classes that provides the utility function and collection classes available. Now when you go inside this util package part 2, you will get such an interfaces named iterable, collection, list, queue, set. Now why this all are the interfaces available built-in? Now you have the idea that interface having the only declaration of some functions and that all the functions will be implemented by the child classes. So here this all the interfaces basically declares the functions that will be implemented by the child classes. That's why it provides the similar function structure in all the child classes. Now, what is this collection basic interface? So this is a super level interface having the declaration of all the methods that will be provided by this all the interfaces as well as the child classes available and derived from this all the list, queue and set interfaces, right? Now, why this three? What are the difference that I am going to cover between what are the difference between list, queue and set? Why this many interfaces? Why this many classes? So you have the idea about the data structure also. Data structure having the array kind of implementation, then queue type of implementation and set type of implementation, the tree set, hash set. This all are the implementation that you have already learned. So these all are the mechanism to store the data in some collection, right? So list basically stores data as per the insertion order and duplication value allows. So when you need such a data structure, such a collection of data that stores your number of objects same as insertion order, and you want to repeat that data in a collection, at that time you should go for the list classes. The queue basically maintains the queue functionality. Here when you delete something, it actually delete from the red, right? So here this queue facility will be available, and by using the array dq class you can use and priority queue. These two are the classes. By creating the object of these classes you can create the queue. Now set is basically stores your data not as per the insertion order, and here the duplication of the data is not allowed in the collection. So when you need such a functionality, when you don't want to repeat some data in a collection, at that time you should go for the set. Now list having the array list, linked list, vector, stack, these many classes. So what are the difference? That I am going to cover in this video lecture also, but just focus on the name of the classes. Now what are the facility available in the classes and interfaces? So list is basically interface. This extends the collection, and the instance of list actually stores the ordered collection of elements. So when you want to store some data or as per the insertion order, you should go for the list or the child classes of list. Here the abstract list basically extends the abstract collection and the implements most of the list interface. So the child classes of this abstract list do not need to implement all the functions. The basic implementation is done inside this abstract list, but this abstract list is an abstract class which will be used by array list. So this array list basically implements the dynamic array by extending abstract list, and this linked list implements the linked list by extending the abstract sequence list. So this is basically again an abstract class which is a super class of this linked list. So here the basic difference, both implements the list, but one is implemented by the concept of array and another is implemented by the concept of linked list, right? Now enumeration is basically an interface that having the function to iterate the elements of collection. We will use this enumeration. This enumeration object is referred inside this text and vector. So when you create the object of vector and stack, you will have this enumeration instance, right? Now the collection classes and interfaces having this vector and properties class also. This vector basically implements a growable array. So here the dynamic array you can implement by using the vector also. Now vector is basically falls in a legacy class, but now it is fully compatible with the collections framework, right? So it basically a legacy class. Now similar kind of functionality you can implement by using the array list and linked list also. Now property is basically class that represent your data in a hash table manner. The superclass of this properties is this hash table class, which basically used to store the data in key value pairs. So it basically search your data by using the key, and you can store your data by using the key and value pair, right? Now see, let's see the super interface collections method over here. For that I am having this I'm having this documentation, J2SE documentation. Open this in your Google Chrome, this J2SE documentation. Here, this is the J2SE documentation. Now, this particular thing is available in java.util package, right? So, from the list of packages, go inside this java.util package. Now, here you will see the interface name, this collection. Now, what are the functions available in these collections? Here, this collection uses the syntax of generics, but syntax of generics is not in our syllabus, so we are just ignoring the syntax of generics, right? See here, these all are the classes that implements from this collection interface. Now, what are the functions that are declared is over here? So first, add. Add is a function which is used to add the elements in the collection, and you just need to pass the elements that you wants to add inside the collection object. Right now, add all. Here you can merge two collections in a single collection object. Clear basically removes all the elements from the collections. Now, contains function checks whether some object that you are going to pass is available in collection or not. It returns the boolean. Boolean, that means it returns true or false, right? Now, this contains all checks many elements from the collection. Here you just need to pass the object of any collection. This whole collection will be searched inside the current collection object, and it returns the boolean value. Equals checks whether these two collections are same or not. Hash code basically maps the hash code and it returns the integer value. Hash code basically hash number that is given to your collection. Is empty returns whether the collection is empty or not. This iterator returns the iterator interface object. This we will use to iterate any collection, that means to search or to iterate the elements of collection. We will use this iterator method, and this returns the object of iterator. See here the return type, right? Now I'm only focusing on the important methods of this collection. Remove basically removes a particular object from the collection. Then this size returns the integer value that returns the number of elements available in the collection. Then this stream, you can convert your collection into stream object, right? Now toArray basically converts your collections into an array also. Now toArray, this and you can pass the reference variable. This will store your all the collection elements in the reference object also, right? Now for each is supported by this collection also, so we can use this collection for each, right? Now let's focus on the list interface and queue interface. These all are the interface, direct interface. See, I'm just going to observe the functions available in list. So here these all are the functions that already available in collection. So you don't need to refer this all again, because this all are the implementation of the super interface of this collection, right? So list is you can see this all the functions. This all the functions of list are like a functions of a collection, right? Now same way, if you observe this queue interface, see queue having the functions add, elements, offer, pick, pull and remove, right? So and all the functions that are available in the super class collection, super interface collection, they all are available by default. Now this set, see this set. This set having the super interface which is extends from the, this set extends from the collections, right? This public interface extends from the collection. So this is the child interface of collection, right? So this is, that's why it is called as a collections. So all the functions are also available with the object of queue as well as with the object of set, right? Now you can see the direct child classes of this set, has set, tree set, linked has set. These all are the classes. So by creating object of this classes, you can use the functions available in the set, right? Now let's move forward in our presentation. For that, I'm just moving inside the presentation. So hope you people are clear about the functions and methods available in this collection interface. Now what are the difference between list, set and map? So list basically allows the duplicate elements in a collection. Here the insertion order is maintained inside the list, while in set you cannot allow the duplicate data as a collection data, right? Now map is basically stores your data in a key value pair. Now list, you can add as many number of null value as you want to add in your collection, while inside you can only allow the single null value as an element of collection. In map, you can allow the single null value for the key, but for the value part, you can allow as many null value as you want in your map collection. Now, list basically maintains the insertion order, in which order you have inserted elements in the collection is maintained by this list. While set automatically rearrange your elements, it never maintains the insertion order, but some of the set actually maintains the insertion order, and link has set basically maintains the insertion order. This tree set basically sort your elements in the collection and store in a sorted manner only. Linked has set basically stores in a sequence order in which you have added the data. Now map basically stores as a like a hash table. It uses the key and it uses the hash function to store the particular data. So here you cannot maintain the insertion order in a map. Now what are the direct classes, child classes of list, array list and linked list that provides the facility of implementation of list? This hash set, linked hash set, tree set actually provides the facility of the set mechanism. This hash map, tree map, linked hash map provides the facility of map in the collection. Now let's move forward. Let's do one example that actually shows how to add, how to remove, how to display elements available in a collections like array list, linked list, vector and properties. So let's try an example using the NetBeans. For that I am moving inside the NetBeans. So here it is a NetBeans. Now inside the NetBeans, let's perform this example. For that I am just creating a new project and giving the name, selecting category as a Java application and giving the name collection demo, right? Now I am creating this particular project in my folder and let press the finish button. Now create a one single Java file. I am showing the demo of linked list demo, right? Don't give the name of your class same as a built-in class, otherwise your program will not work, because it basically refers your class first then built-in class. That's why. Now package I wants to import is import java dot util dot star. I am importing. Now inside linked list demo I am just going to perform add elements, remove elements and display all the elements in a linked list, right? For that I am just creating public static void main. Right now inside public static void main I am on creating an object of linked list. Linked list is a kind of list. Linked list, this is a class name. I am creating object ls equals to new linked list, right? Now here I am just creating object with no argument constructor. Now how to add elements in a linked list? So to add the element, add is a function, object is a ls dot add. You can add as many elements as you want as an element in collection. Say for the example I want to add I, then another element I want ls dot add I love, then I want ls dot add as an element. Here the parameter is object, so you can add any object. You can create your class student, and you can create the object of student, and you can add the student class as an element of this linked list. Now I love Java. I want these three string as an elements inside this particular this linked list ls. Right now, if you want to show this linked list, then you can directly use this linked list object as an system.out.println. So here when you execute this program by using the shift F6, it's showing you the toString function of this linked list, and you can see the added element inside your linked list. Now what are the another way to add something in a link to display the elements of this linked list? You can create the for each loop for it also. So for each loop you can create like this. ls is a collection object. From the ls you are fetching the objects in L, and inside L you can print this elements, and elements you have stored in L, or you can write this L as a E also. That means elements I'm storing in this E object. So here this E basically stores all elements. So such a for loop you can write, and you can display all the elements one by one like this. Right? Now what is the advantage? Here you can add the as many number of elements like this ls.add, and you can pass the particular integer value also. So here you can pass the new integer an integer object you can store like this. Say for the example I want to store integer object, right? So here you can collect the some of the data as a string, some of the data as a string. See, we can view this all the elements like this. Now another way to print this all the elements are by using the for loops. Say for the example you don't want to print the element from 0 to up to length. At that time you can use the for loop and by using the indexing kind of functions you can implement it. Say for the example this index will be starts from 0, and I want to move from ls less than ls dot size. So this size basically returns the length, and you can print the elements by using the function get. Get is a function of this collection. By using the collection object ls dot get function and pass the index of this index number, right, and it returns the element which is available on this particular index. See here. So this is the another way you can print all the elements, right, by using the indexing kind of thing. Now another way by using the iterator. Keep in mind this iterator is in your syllabus. Iterator is an interface. Now iterator element you can create, and the reference will be written from this collection object by calling the iterator function. Now after getting the object of iterator id, you can create the while loop, and inside this while loop you can write the functions like this. Iterator has next function checks whether the next element is available or not, and this it dot next element, next is a function that basically returns the next element. Now this next element will be the object O, and now after getting the next element you can print this element which you have stored inside this O. So here you can print this O. So this O basically stores the next element, right? And this iterator moves works like a pointer. First of all, it points to nothing. When you call the next function, it basically points to first element of your collection, and it returns and stored into this O object. Now when you call this has next function, it checks whether the next element is available or not. So from the current pointer it checks whether the next element is available or not. So if the next element is available, then it returns the true, then it move inside the while loop and you are calling the next function again. So it basically returns the next element. So next time you are calling, the second time you are calling the next function, it returns the second element which is available at the index number 1. Right? So that you are checking whether has next element is available or not. If it is available, then you are fetching that next element by calling the next function. So this has next and next is a function of iterator. Keep in mind there is a difference between enumerator and iterator that I am going to cover by using the programs only, right? So these two are the functions available in iterator, and iterator is basically used to iterate the elements of collection. So here you can print all the elements by using the iterator. The third time we are printing by using the iterator. Clear? Now how to delete the elements from the list? So you just need to use the object ls, then you can call the function delete ls dot remove. Remove is a function that actually removes the elements, and after removing this thing you can print this list. After removing it, I'm just printing this ls. I'm only using this ls, right? See here the output, right? So this is the output you are getting low Java, and it actually removes the first element that you have added, right? So it always your remove function actually removes from the firstly inserted element, right? Now what will happen if you want what you should use if you want to remove some specific elements. So if you want to remove some specific elements, at that time you should pass here that particular reference over here. Say for example, I want to remove this string having the content like this. So this object, this literal I have to pass, literal having the common objects, that's why you can remove this thing. See here, after removing this thing, you will get such output. So specific element you can also remove by using the remove function. Now what clear will do? This ls.clear basically clears this all the elements. That means it removes all the elements from the particular collection object. So from ls it removes all things, and you will get the no object, no collection, no object available, no element available in your collection. So this is the basic operation that you can perform with the linked list. Likewise, you can perform the array list with the same way. So I am just replacing this class with the array list. Say for the example, this is an object of array list, and I am making ls as an object of array list. Right? Now, what functions you can call by using the array list object? Now this ls is the object of array list, keep in mind. So here the remove function is not available, but you can remove by using the object also. Now here this array list having this all the functions which is common to this array linked list and array list. Now when you have this particular object, this linked list object, at that time you can have the more two functions available. This linked list dot add first and add last. Likewise, here the add for remove first, remove last and functions are also available with remove first and remove last. These four functions are extra available in linked list class, while these four functions are not available with the array list. Right? So this is all about this array list and linked list. So here you can perform this many operations, right? Remove first. This is the function you can call with the linked list. Now let's understand this vector class. For the example, for that I am creating the demo, vector demo. This vector demo is a class that showing you adding, removing elements from the vector. For that, just import java.util.star and inside public static void main, create a vector object, vector v equals to new vector, and you can add the element in vector also like this, v dot add, and add your elements like this. Here the extra function is available. Say for the example, add element. Using add element function, again you can add the elements in the vector. And for each loop, this get element function, all are common with this vector. Now what is the difference between this vector and array list? So when and linked list, when you are using this vector, v dot add functions, add element function, add element, right? So this is the function, and here you can add any element. Say for the example, class B, right? This is the element I am adding. Now when you observe this all the functions in an array list, this all the functions are declared as a synchronized function. See here, this is the vector class, and this all the functions add elements are synchronized. Now what is the use of synchronized keyword? You have already studied this multi-threaded programming. So when you are using this vector object as a shared object between multiple threads, at that time it basically provides the synchronization mechanism and it operates this shared vector memory safely, right? So you don't need to provide the synchronization mechanism with inside your code. The built-in function automatically provides the synchronization concept. And another difference between vector and array list is enumeration. Here you can iterate this vector elements by using the enumeration. So here you can get this enumeration by using the elements function. This elements function of a vector returns the object of enumeration, and using the while loop, while this enumeration has more elements is a function, while with the iterator has element and next is a function only, has element, has more, and next element was the function in iterator. See here, this function of a iterator has next and next, these two are the functions, while in enumeration has more element and next elements are the functions, right? So by using this has more element and next element, you can iterate the vector, right? So what are the two difference between vector and array list and linked list? So here this vector provides the synchronization mechanism, while this array list and linked list do not provide the synchronization mechanism. So when you are using this vector object with the multiple threads, there is no need to maintain the synchronization mechanism. When you are using this linked list and array list with the multi-threaded program as a shared object, you have to implement the synchronization mechanism, right? So this is the way. And another difference is this vector you can iterate by using the enumeration, and the array list and linked list you can iterate by using the iterator. So this enumeration and iterator both are the interfaces available and both used to iterate the particular collection objects, right? Now let's create the application to add something in a properties. So next example is use some map classes. So here I am using properties demo. This properties demo basically show you the performance of functions with the properties class. So import, I am just importing java dot util dot star, and I am only using the properties class inside this psvn tab. Now create the object of properties p equals to new properties. This properties class is very helpful for the advanced Java when you are making the connection with the database. At that time we are storing our username, password in form of properties object, right? So here you can add the data by using the p.put function. This put function basically accepts first parameter as a key. Say for the example, my username, this is a key, and the value I want to give for the username is a user1, right? So this user1 is a value and this username is a key. So it basically stores your data in the form of key value pair. Now when you want to get your data, you have to use the get function, and inside this get function you have to pass the key. So it basically returns the value by searching the key in the particular collections. So here you can get properties of function. You just need to pass the key. Here I am passing my key is a user name. If this key is not exist in the collection, then it basically returns the null, right? So here it returns me user1. So by using the property name key, it returns the value by, and the function to get the value is get property, right? Likewise, you have the many more function. You can get the number of keys also. For that, get keys is a function. P dot keys is a function that and it returns the enumeration. By using the enumeration iterators, you can fetch all the keys, right? Likewise, if you want to get the values only, then values is a function that returns your all the values in form of collection. So these functions you can use with the this property also, and you can remove something by using the key only. So here if you pass this username, if you want to delete, then you just need to pass the key. So it remove the element by using the key. Now after deleting this all the things, you can print the property objects like this also. See here, we are getting the null, right? Now before deleting it, if you are printing this key in system.out.println, you will get the thing in a key value pair like this. See here, the username is a key having the value is a user1, such that you can put many elements by using this put elements, right? So it basically adds your data into properties elements. So this P is a collection of properties kind of thing. So what is the advantage of these properties? Here you can add each and every elements with the key value pair, and you can remove and search all the elements only by using the key name, right? So this is the advantage of properties. Now hope you people are clear with all this concept of this array list, vector, then linked list. So here I am going to complete this session now, right? So thank you for watching this video. Thank you all of you.